This day 912 Arukh HaShulchan Yomi. This week's Arukh HaShulchan Yomi is being sponsored for schus for Shidduchim. May the schus be a true schus that the Shidduchim should be only offered for the person who dedicated this week's shiurim, and they should be able to find a zibuk havan b'mheira. Today we are doing Siman Tuf Reish Test Sif Aleph Tuf Reish Yud Aleph Sif Beis. Tuf Reish Test. Din had manas chamin b'erev Yom Kippur. The law of insulating hot dishes on Erev Yom Kippur. The Goyim forbade putting up a crock pot or something else to insulate food for Motzei Yom Kippur from Erev Yom Kippur. So I told them, it was astounded them. What prohibition is there? The bread from weekday to weekday. But Yom Kippur care about it. Every because Yom Kippur is going to tarry on the stove. So what? Shabbos also can stand on the stove. Because I said, he said it's like you're allowed to insulate, or even on the stovetop, obviously, from Erev Yom Kippur. Kind of like Shana ancient Talmud doesn't mean there's no reason to forbid it. Base. And we come nevertheless, since the Goyim said not to. Nimnu, the Suscan people would have refrained from doing so. That's what says mean Yom Kippur, we should not do it on Yom Kippur. That's a custom in our countries. Some people say the reason I should call Erev Shabbos ain't not Shabbos. I'm not supposed to malach on Erev Shabbos after Chatzos, except if it's covered Shabbos. Yom Kippur, and this is also true for Yom Kippur. It says for a weekday, you're preparing for a weekday, ain't a kedai. According to this, it would be okay to do it from before Chatzos. Mishnah Berurah says, Shartian says, go so let's say that after Chatzos is possible, that's awesome. Wow. Okay. That's from the Bach, that's where. Some say it's in order to make you feel more miserable on Yom Kippur. If you have a chamin up there and cooking and smelling good, so you're going to feel better. The issue question those right to the Yom Kippur, some say it's because the pot is getting hot on Yom Kippur, so therefore it's a chana for the weekday. Many times there's shum tam. That's the Mogen Avram, but the Arukh HaShulchan rejects it, says that reason. There's no reason. Maybe it's the people should not smell the fragrance of the cooking children, as is normally the case. Because in that case, they can, because of the desire which is generated by the fragrance, they can come to a state in which they have to be fed for pikuach nefesh purposes. Tuf Reish Yud. Dina lokas nenes Yom Kippur, the law of lighting candles Yom Kippur. That which is honorable, that is holy to God. Yom Kippur, that's Yom Kippur Shem B'lo Achila B'lo Shasim. There's no eating, no drinking. It says honor it with clean clothing. In other words, before it says Shabbos Oineg, you should go for Shabbos, a day of pleasure. Kadosh Hashem, that which is holy by God, the Chubad distinguished. Besides that, if it's going to think the Raka Shabbos guy, you would say it's only on Shabbos. I like the Kadosh Hashem. You shall do it. You'd say Kadosh Hashem first. It's two separate things. From Shabbos, I thought on Shabbos, where you can have pleasure. So then, Tikra Onek. The Achim Shasi, you have the pleasure in drinking. Kadosh Hashem, and you keep putting Shem Bo Rak Kedushas Hashem. Kadosh Hashem is Yom Kippur, and there's only Kedushas Hashem Lo Onek Gashmi, and no physical pleasure. Tira L'Chabdo, you should honor B'Shai Dvorim for other things. Shat Yachol, you can L'Chein T'Rab L'Chabdo B'Ksus Nekia, everyone with a clean clothing below Shem Godim. The King Yom Kippur wear clean clothing on Kippur. Base. V'Zesh Kosar Rabbeinu Rambam Sif Dal Yesh Kosar Shenogu Luvosh B'Goyim L'Banim the King Yom Kippurim. The Gemara says that the people have a minute to wear clean white clothing on Kippur. Look, Masmach Hashas like Malachim. Chenokim Vosha Kittel and our minute is put a Kittel Shalom Lam Naki, which is white and clean. Kamu Beged Mesa also it's clothing which you wrap the dead body. By day came Levo Adam Nishbar, but by wearing a person's heart is broken and submits. Claramente Ikar time and they should love him and for main reasons because it's white and clean. Beged Covenant it's a bag which gives distinction to the day. Votam Nosa, it's another reason but makes since people can bury dead in it, made the Belusha, so therefore when it comes out, when you wear it, you will become you remember the day of death. The Yoel Tshuva, this will be effective again to Tshuva. And back it says here, I touched the cotton Gimel, Shetava Shnei Tamim Meim. He says it's two separate reasons. And here's like near Kamash Kasav, according to Arukh HaShulchan, seems one reason and one advantage. So therefore, should not put on Kittel Kain leads to the Os Atzmo Yimei, because you should not adorn yourself during the day of Avil, during years of Avil, the time of Avilus. Mishnah says during Yud Beis Chodesh on father and mother, the 30 days on other relatives you can't put it on. Although the places where an Avil is a minute for Avil not to put it on. But in any event, that's the idea, not to put a kittel in the Sas Mimei Evlo. Kittel. Women should not wear kittel. And perhaps not buried in kittel, that's why. Nevertheless, women do wear white clothing on a kippur. And even a person wants to put on sackcloth because of doing tshuva aslav should be on kippur. It's not doing kippur. Some say the Isha say on kippur Shabbos. Some say you should set the table, adorn the table like on Shabbos. You can't eat on kippur. It's appropriate to adorn the table. The honor of the day. Hamitos therefore shows to make the beds. Also the house should be clean like it would be on Shabbos. To say that the Torah is meticulous in being Bechabe the day. Yom HaKadosh, this holy day, as much as we can. We see it says Burim Kavduas Hashem with lights to honor Hashem. But Targum provides Panasaya, Targum is that with lanterns. With the light of lanterns. That's custom to honor a king with large lanterns. So they all have a minute to light lots of candles for this holy day. Also in shuls, also at home, in all the rooms. So the mamish the diametrical opposite of Tisha B'Av. It's also past day, but the minish of light. About the midrashos, like the shuls, and about the medrash, about bros and veil, and dark alleys, and where the sick people, they share or matzi or rab, be a lot of light, matzi b'chomakom and prevalent everywhere. In places where people don't go so much on Yom Kippur. And the room of man and woman are sleeping. It says places minute to light, they light. Places they don't have minute to light. No light. Places where the custom is not light, so you shouldn't see her. These are afraid that it's going to have relations. They say either have contract. For this reason, you do light, because it's not allowed to have relations by light a candle. As this says, everybody, all Jews are righteous. Whether the lighting or not, they have the same thing in mind to prevent relations. Mishabur says that Yerushalmi says a place where the custom is too light, it's more significant, meaning that if you have a new city where there's no prevailing minhag, then the minhag should be too light, as opposed to not light in the bedrooms. Hey, some say we shouldn't light, so make a bracha. I like Shabbos, Ikar bracha, Shabbos made bracha. The main reason to make a bracha is because you're going to have a nod during the Suda. Some say you do make a bracha. The main reason I can is because to have peace in the house. We are making to make a bracha. It's interesting. Shabura says in countries where there is no set minhag yet, it's better to make a minhag not to make a bracha. Wow. Okay, that's very fascinating. Shabbos, if coming Yom Kippur comes to Shabbos, obviously you have to light. When you make a bracha to light the candle of Shabbos and of Yom Kippur. Women make a bracha like every yontif. Although I think the preference is that women should not make the bracha by lighting candles on yontif. That's because of the issue of making a kiddush later on, but here there's no such issue. The room where a man and woman are sleeping, where it says it has a minute. If he has a candle house, he has to lie in the room where he's lying. In place where the minute is not to light. So, since you see her in the main room, by the light of the candle in the main room, So they might come to have relations. Came in on heker b'chadov chedros. So since he has no heker in his room, chitova kapayin also heker. So it's best to make a heker. For the zeuk sheroa also b'chadro ayidei ner shel and evidently it's all specifically an issue when you could see in your room. You see in a room by the candle, which is outside, as you know, even the Shas Tashmish have to have light coming from outside the room. So then you should light a room light also in the room, as the hecker not to have Tashmish. Mishnah says when his wife is in need, it can be mako to light just on the table and not in the room. Nevertheless, a place where there's a minute to light in the room, they should light in the room. Every man, adult or child, osim lonel simto make a candle for a good simon. Now we only make candles for married people, Lisha for the men, not for the women. Begam osim ner neshama. You also make a candle for the neshama for his Yiskar. Love of the emo for his father and mother Shemetsu who died or Achemem Shemetsu, or if one of them died. It's appropriate. Chenkosu mixes marvasa and some gedolim brothers. They'll tickle in the neshama. There's a tikkun from the Shama and the Shama Mikra Ner. Shama is called Kanak. You see, it says Ner Hashem Nishmas Adam. Mason took a kapara. Mason also require kapara. It's a bit free. V'day shno the Eshe she'imira siba shenichba neiram b'yom kippurim. You should know that there are those who, if something happens and the candle goes out in Yom Kippur, misatzim, they're sad. Machzim simran, they hold it's a bad simon. But I'm saying it's a clue. It's really nothing. But somebody who's concerned about this, mutav shiar yarev nero, so shari so should mix his candles among other candles. Below yeda, he's on national. You won't know which is the candle. Below no elam kadosh lecharei nichush. It's not good for the holy people to follow superstition. But you should be completely trusting about Kodesh Baruch Hu. The Mishnah Pura says also no chashash, because sometimes it goes out because of wind or heat. Nevertheless, the people are makbid, since the oil was makbid, so therefore you should put in a place where you can't tell. Zai, Vim Kovan if these candles went out, also Malan Yudi Shasir can be cancelled, Nanju, find him again. I mean, Lanudi Abishlus, tell Nanju Mlacha is the Rabbanam, Biyom Kippur, Shalom Shabbos, and it's forbidden Yom Kippur to Shabbos. I feel they will machzor, even to light a candle in order to say the tefillos in the machzor. Mutam Shalom Arpil, it's better not to say a liturgical poem. Than by saying it by telling a non-Jew to light a candle. But today when we have so many candles, we're afraid of a fire. Putting a non-Jew from every Yom Kippur comes all the time. The answer fixed on its own. He's doing on his own initiative, so it's not a problem. Mishabur takes it further. He says since we have a non-Jew to watch the candles from a fire, on that account, his cousin to tell him to extinguish or to light. But he says, no, don't do that. It's protest people do this. And even now, but he says even Andrew wants to light on his own, you're supposed to protest against him. But in terms of catching dripping wax, if he tells this way, Yom Kippur, and the wax goes to tzedakah. I never heard that before. They took the dripping wax and made stock out of it. So in Lachman was that. You have to let him do that. Cool. Okay. I was Pesach last year in a hotel. Of course, many candles lit, and they had firemen the entire time sitting by the candles, so they went out. I don't think because of minhag, but because of fire laws. But maybe she should go over here Yom Kippurim. Because somebody's light went down Yom Kippur, Yashas came Motzei Yom Kippurim light again. I'm Motzei Yom Kippur. Vayich Beno Od, and not leave, extinguish it. And then look at the mirror, let it burn down. Every Motzei Yom Kippur, won't ever extinguish the candle from Kippur, not him nor anybody else. It's found minhagim, but this is some sort of segula. The near the Akpeidu Ravi Rakban Ner Shosim Shalchaim says it's only an issue for candles you make for live people. If they're dead, it's not necessary. They used to make thick wicks for the candles Yom Kippur in order they should have a lot of light. They used to put out sumptuous garments in the shul. We don't know if it's such a minute. But we do put on a white parochas for Yom Kippur. The night of Yom Kippur is like the day for all matters. Also, Ben Yom Be'Layla, all things burning Yom Kippur, also both the day and night. Mashnei Mount Varim Asim Yom Kippur. What's also Chamisha Dvorim. 5 things: Achil Shtia, eating, drinking, Rechitza, washing, Sicha, anointing, Ilzana, putting on shoes, Tashmita, and marital relations. Only Chayav Kares if you eat or drink. Miukulu having the rice compost, all of them are the rice. Base so gam das Rama paragraph in dal so something Rama because I'm Mr. Say Yeshua Kibbutz Mr. Say Kibbutz will each both by Achil Shasir to assist from eating and drinking. Shneimah says Tanus Nam Shov Seichem afflict your souls. B'Yashim Olam they learned from a tradition. Ezu, you know what's the affliction, shul nefesh, for the soul. That's the fasting. Chol tzambo, anybody fast, ki mitzvah say, fulfills the mitzvah say. Chol ocha b'shosba, anybody eats and drinks, bita mitzvah say, he negates that say, v'avar lo say, and violates the lo say, but chayiv koretz, he's v'avar koretz. Nehemiah says, chol nefesh lo suneh be'etzem yozeh, any soul which is not afflicted on this day, and nichusoah me'ameh, be eradicated from its nation. The Pasuk says, you get cursed if you don't fast. We are warned not to eat or drink. Anybody eats in it, or drinks in it, if it's unattached, carbon, carbon, a standard chatas, like on the show. And quote for the Rambam. Now he says, since this chorus, we learned there's a warning. Obviously, it's because there's a well-known halacha. He's here that there's no punishment unless there's the warning. So therefore, is the warning for Yom Kippur.